I thought I would never finish this, but here I am, after 4 hours of tough work, finally presenting to you. Okay, I think there's supposed to be some cool music here. Yeah, that will make it. So, this artwork, I honestly thought that I will never finish it, but it was worth all the pain.
Yo. You mad, bro? Boom, 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 boom.
I should really stop drinking vodka. So, this artwork started with this image here. It's just a simple image of a guy looking straight into the camera. It's really colorful, we got really nice background. Before I started creating this, I had some ideas in my mind and I knew that I just need a straight symmetrical head basically so I can cut it into pieces. So my original idea was that if this is a face, let's say, I would cut it in half. So for example, without this part, and then I would just have a face and then I could, put some flowers here. And I know this is not flowers, but yeah, or maybe even some kind of brain. So as you can see, this is pretty far away from the final artwork. But you have to start somewhere, right? I started out by cutting the person from the background, but this cut was too rough. It wasn't a good cutout, so I had to go back to Photoshop and cut out his hairs much better. Well, since the background is empty, the next step of course was just to add something to the background. So I decided to add just this green plants, I don't know, just something like that. And of course I needed to make these colors match the person, so I was just using match colors. You can see it did a pretty good job. Well, and this here is just a blur effect. I just added it so there's a distance between the person and the background. So anyway, let's just go a little bit forward. As you can see, I cut the head here and then fast forward I tried to add some flowers here, and the reason why I didn't show you the whole process of doing this because I saw that this looks horrible and I just moved on to a different idea, so I never used this thing. And somehow I came up with the idea that if this is his face, I could make kinda his head explode, something like that, and then for example here would be the eyes, nose and so on, and here inside his head I could actually show his brains. It's almost like, imagine when flowers open up, they open like that basically. The same happened to his head, so his head just like blossomed like a flower. So my next step was to get rid of all this hair on his forehead, and I just started using healing brush tool in order to get rid of all of this. As you can see, it was working out pretty well or not. So when you look at this, the first thing that you think about is, this looks like a really bad job. You can see that lots of things were removed from here. The thing is that we will not see them in the final artwork anyway. Sometimes being perfectionist can really hurt you. Next step was to start cutting out his face into different little pieces. And for that I was actually using the curvature pen tool. So let's just go a little bit forward. Bam, baram, 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 baram. So as you can see, this was the first selection that I did. So this is the first selection. So as you can see, like here, now it's separated from his face. So now bending. We are just going to use the warp method. And as you can see, you can just click and drag to bend the face to the left and so on. Just don't forget that we want his face to really blossom like a flower or explode. That works too, okay? So as you can see now, I'm just doing the same to the other part of the face, and I will just probably speed this up because I'm just doing the same. I'm going to cut out the face. You get the point, right? What am I doing? So finally, after all these blendings, as you can see, we got here just an empty space. So now look at this hair. What do you think we can do with this hair? Use your creativity, use your imagination. Well, we're just going to delete it. So as you can see, I'm just erasing this thing because we don't need it. Goodbye hair. But only not my hair. I really love my hair. It looks awesome. And stop laughing. So next step is to make this parts really thicker, and to do that we actually need to create a copy of this. So for example, as you can see, this here I created a copy, and then I was just using gradient overlay in order to make it colorful. The same was done to the second shape as well, and yeah, you guessed it right, we're going to do it to the other two shapes as well. Congratulations, now you're freaking Nostradamus. If you don't know who is that, then just Google it. So as you can see, sometimes I was getting this kind of really ugly stuff. It's obvious that they are not connected, so that's why what I would have to do, I would have to use the warp option in order to warp it closer to the original shape. So anyway, as you can see, all 4 of them are done, and now it's finally time to go and drink some No, Farid. No. Now it's time to create the back of this beautiful head, and we're going to do that just by copying this part. And the same again, as you can see, now I'm to copy this colorful part and bringing it again back and just rotating it a little bit so it looks kind of different. Look at that, my beautiful frikadoodles. And now you can literally put anything inside his head.
Nope.
If I say that I can put anything there, that means that I can put anything there. I created you! Usually I'm nice. I mean, just look at my smile. And again I got these flowers, which are, by the way, beautiful. As you can see, when I got rid of the background and the flowers are inside, it kinda looks okay, but still there was something missing. I could just feel it with my heart. And then I found this image of a brain, and for some reason I saw that this is going to be a really good idea. So finally there was this image. As you can see, just an image of a moon, just a beautiful clean image with a black background, and all we need to do is just to get rid of all of this black background and just have a moon here. And yeah, before I had a normal moon here, but again this kind of moon is much better. It looks more romantic, and also this moon was already used in my previous artwork, so I didn't just want to do the same stuff. So now as you can see, the moon is here. What is the next step, you will ask? The next step is actually to create smoke effect. And in Photoshop you can actually auto-generate smoke. Here's how. So as you can see, first of all I have here pink and white colors. This is very important because that means that Photoshop is going to generate pink and white smoke. And all you need to do is you need to go to filter, you need to go to render, and then to clouds. And boom chicka boom! Look at that, as you can see, this is what Photoshop. Thank you, dear Photoshop. Next step was to, kinda use mask in order to delete smoke from some of the parts of the image. I actually deleted from the whole image, so we can actually now reveal it where we need to reveal it, as you can see here, here, and here as well. Anyway guys, that's it with this artwork. I showed you the whole process from zero till the end, and I know that you're probably going to have some kind of questions. This was not supposed to be a detailed tutorial, just some quick process to give you an overview of what Photoshop can do and of what you can do, my dear friend. You and me and you together, we are unstoppable. Oh, well, I mean, of course it depends what we are going against. I mean, if we have to find Transformers, then most likely we will be dead, but at least we are brave.